kinky kid culture and everything else in between. Yes, I said it, the kinky kid culture and everything else in between. I'm your host, Candy, and my co-host today is
Stacy.
Hey, Stacy girl, how you doing?
I'm doing excellent.
Did you have a wonderful weekend?
Sure did.
That's good. That's good. Oh, by the way, I'm eating these trail mix, and they're so awesome. I thought it was gonna be nasty, but I'm sorry. Anyway, back to topic. Today's topic
is it don't wash off.
Yeah, it doesn't wash off. But most people think that we're talking about hair. But surprisingly, we're talking about the culture. We always give advice about healthy hair, how to grow healthy hair, how to maintain healthy hair, but we never really talk about the culture that much. So, today we're going to talk about the culture. What do you think it doesn't wash off mean?
I think it means when you're born a certain race, you're going to die a certain race. If you're born black, you're going to die black. If you're born white, you're going to die white. It just is what it is.
Okay. Well, to go from where you're saying, I think it's bigger than that. What I mean by that, it's come to the point where all these years we still distinguish each other by black, white, Asian, whatever, every nationality. And we're not giving everybody a fair opportunity. Because you black, I'm assuming that you might steal, kill, destroy, whatever it may be.
Yes.
If you white, you ain't gonna give me an opportunity if I'm black, or Asian, or Mexican, or whatever it may be. Or if I'm Mexican, you might want to try to pay me less money than I'm worth. So it's a lot of that going on. And the sad part about it is a lot of us run from our actual race. What I mean by that, I'm going to give you an example. A$AP Rocky, he's a rapper, okay? He been running for his race. What I mean by that? Well, I'm going to back it up. What he does is, he gives us the music and everything. We go buy his music. But when it's time to just be who he is, African-American male, he's basically saying, I don't have black people problems, until he goes to Sweden and gets arrested, and now he wants everybody to come to the congregation and basically save him. And that's just like, really? But you say you don't have black people problems. And what we mean by it doesn't wash off, it doesn't wash off. If you white, you white. If you black, you black. If you Asian, Mexican, it doesn't wash off. You cannot change skin color. And that being said, you can't be the type of person that when everything's okay because I got all this money, it doesn't matter. And then all of a sudden, boom, can y'all please help me? I need the help. I need the help. And it doesn't help when our actual president is basically doing all these racist comments, putting people in cages, and it's like it's waking up the whole entire KKK around the world. White supremacists, for what? For what? At the end of the day, we still bleed the same. We all the same of God's creation. Stacey, you want to say something?
I feel as though we shouldn't be mean towards each other because we are like the same people. We are brothers and sisters. We should join together instead of tearing each other apart. You know, I feel like people, they use, like, some people, they use the race card. I feel like we shouldn't do that. I feel like we should be equal with each other. We shouldn't, say this person's below me because this person does that or this person did that. We should come together as equal people.
That's what Martin Luther King fought for us. Malcolm X, all of them. And it wasn't so much for us to be out of slavery, African American people, but which is true, that was part of the movement. But the bigger picture that everybody need to see is that he wanted everybody to be able to have equal jobs, equal education. Not because you're black that you get less education, or because you're Mexican less education. No, everybody has the same opportunity. It's always that exceptional Negro. There's always one. But what about the one that's not exceptional? What about the not exceptional white person, or that Asian person, or that Mexican person? Those are people he was fighting for. Because it's always going to be an exceptional person out there. Always. The way the world is designed. Look at all these famous people. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
All these people, exceptional. But at the same token, what about those that's not exceptional? Can they still have the same opportunity to like go to college and get a good education or get a job and have hopes and dreams of making it to be a manager one day? You get what I'm saying? It can be small like that, and that's not even small. Or become a teacher, doctor, lawyer. Hopes, instilling them when they're children. But when we turn on the news and we see all these killings that's going on, because we can't even go to the grocery store and buy a gallon of milk. They basically woke up and didn't see this coming. What do you think, Stacy?
We wake up every day not wondering if we're going to die today. We're supposed to wake up living our lives, not wondering if we're going to take our last breath.
Yes. I agree totally with you. And we have a president that's just saying everything first thing that comes to his mind that's racist, and nothing but white supremacists want to just destroy everybody, want to blow up every building, blow up everything, shoot people. It's a mess out there. Just like these killings that's going on these past 2 days, Stacey.
Well, there was a killing in Walmart, El Paso, Texas. There was 20 people injured and 26 dead.
And sad.
And there was a killing this morning, 9 people dead in Dayton, Ohio.
It's like, can we just go outside and be able to breathe? You get what I'm saying? But at the same token, with all this going on too, we can't be killing each other too. We can't be saying that we want peace in the world and we steady going out there killing each other left and right. We basically almost similarly doing the same thing. So I just think that we should just stop it. Stop it. Because too many people, innocent people dying for what? Because you feel some type of way about somebody. How about this? Go in your house and don't look at them. You don't have to go outside. You don't. Because no matter what you do. Because if you walk outside, you're going to see somebody of another color. If you turn the TV, you're going to see someone another color. If you go to jail, you're going to see somebody another color. If you get executed, guess what? It's going to be somebody another color probably executing you. So either way it goes, you're going to see somebody of another color. So it doesn't really matter. So you're defeating the purpose. You're being mad for what? For what? Stacey?
We are tearing each other apart instead of bringing each other up.
Yes, and just like with children. Children are born into this world clueless. They don't know nothing. They come and play. They come and play with each other and everything. So they don't even know anything about the color of a skin. Stacey?
That's right. When children are born in this world, they don't know nothing, but they see what their parents do. If their parents don't like a certain race, they know, oh, I don't like that race because that's who they are. They feed off their parents.
And then you ask them, but why? They don't have a reason.
They always say, oh, my mama don't like black people, so I'm not going to like black people.
Or my mama don't like white people. Okay, but what's the reason? What's the reason why? They don't have a reason. It's just because I just don't like them. Stacey?
I feel as though, what if that person like, why should it affect you what you like?
Exactly. You should have a mind of your own. But in this world, we always trying to copy somebody. Or we trying to make ourselves important by doing crazy stuff so we get 1,000 likes, 1,000 shares, 1,000 this, 1,000 that. For what? So you done killed 1 million people, destroyed 1 million people's lives just to get 1,000 shares, likes because you're insecure with yourself. You gotta love yourself first before you love anybody else. And if you can't, guess what? There's somebody's couch that you could go to, and I guarantee they'll give you the tools. And if not, there's some medicine you can take. There's a way to help you to get over your insecurities. But kill somebody because you're insecure with yourself. Because a lot of these people that does these killings, that's all they say, insecure with themselves. So they join these groups because they insecure. That's what they do. They join a whole bunch of groups and the KKK, a bunch of insecure people. That's what they are, a bunch of insecure people. Because last time I checked, long as you breathing, taking care of your family, have good jobs, what does it matter what the next person doing? It doesn't. It doesn't matter at all. But the world we live in, especially social media, doesn't help it at all. Oh my God, social media is taking over everybody. Stacey, you got something to say about social media?
Social media is our worst enemy.
Yes.
Social media tears us apart. Then people, if one person say this, then people don't like you, so they go ahead and do all this extra stuff when they don't need to be. Like, why should you care what somebody say about you? I mean, people gonna have opinions until the day they die. You just gotta live yourself, living your truth.
Yes, but people don't want to live in their truth. See, just like you can tell how social media is affecting everybody because whenever the president, because he's really an entertainer, businessman, because he says something racist or do something as put. First of all, why would you want to separate a mother and a child and put them in a cage? What world we living in that it's acceptable? And then what blows my mind is I was talking to somebody earlier about it, and they was telling me some of this stuff, and I was like, they are so right. We was having a conversation. These churches, yes, the churches. You can believe in God, Jesus, and everything, but it comes to a point where in the church, it starts in the church. These people, they go to church, praise God, fall out, Holy Ghost, the whole nine. But then, once they step out that door, they're a whole new person. They back saying what? You're a nigger, or I can't stand that white person, or degrading somebody. But you just left the church not even 2 minutes ago, and you back acting the way you act. Before you even went to church. So did it really help you, or was it just for show? Stacy?
You should practice what you preach.
Yes, but the problem is the world don't practice what they preach.
No.
What they do is they put on a facade for the world. Like, I'm this perfect person, and really in between, they really deep down they're hurting inside themselves, but they want to look great in front of the world. Stacy?
Like you said, like people, they one way, like in church, they one way in church. Next minute they be outside, they doing another thing. Like it's like they're being fake. You should be real, you know. If you really like that, you just really like that. That's how it is.
But people's afraid. People's afraid. Like, I always want to sit down with somebody that doesn't like somebody of another race and ask them, but why? But why? But when you sit down with them, they're going to give you 1,000 reasons, but really, but why? Because if you work hard enough, you get the same job that they get. If you do what you're supposed to do, you might succeed them and get a better position. You might. You never know. And it's kind of sad that also, because how you wear your hair plays a factor in it too. You can't go to most job interview with your hair natural. You're going to have that thing slicked back to hope to get a job. Or you can't wear this color, you can't wear that color. Okay, some colors, don't go to a job interview with pink, purple, orange, green. Okay, you're doing too much. You're doing way too much. But you just can't just be yourself, and then all your credentials could be, you could have a master's in education. You could have 20 years experience. You could have this, that. You go right in front of somebody of another color, they're going to feel intimidated. They're going to be like, oh, word? Well, dang. Wow. I'm going to give you an example, Stacey. One time I went to the bank, and I didn't pay this no attention. But someone told me, it was like, you didn't see how she looked? And I was like, this was like years ago. So we sitting in the bank, in the office thing, and I turned in one of my check stubs, this happened years ago, turned in my check stubs, right? And I was like, I'm applying for something, right? So I was applying, and she was looking, well, let me get you, she was a white lady, she was real nice. Okay, well, let me get your check stub and everything. I was like, okay. She looked at my check stub, she said, huh? She made her face like, what? Wait a minute. And I didn't pay no mind. And she said, so how long you been here? So she started asking me questions. So what is it you do? Now, mind you, what I do and how long I've been there does matter to do what I'm doing. Not technically, but it does. But my position and all that stuff. She was like asking all these type of questions. It was like, what does that have to do with this? Because you really don't need the information to get what I need to get from you. All you gotta do is I did this for a living. How many years, and that's it. You asking too many questions. So I leave out, and the person was like, did you see how her face just like fell apart when she saw how much you make? It's sad. It's like you're supposed to be in poverty. They don't want to. Nobody don't really want to see you get up. They want to see you down below. It's just sad, Stacey.
I feel like people praying on our downfall. Once you're down, people want to lift you up, tell you to get up. Then when you get up there, people want to tear you down.
Yes, they want to tear you down. They want to say, back. What are you doing? Hold play. I said, only right here. You're doing too much, player. Bring it back down. Bring it back down. That's how the world is, and it's sad.
But it's like a few minutes ago you was telling me go get it. Now you don't want me to go get it.
Because nobody wants you to be better than them. They'll praise you and be there for you till then, and then they stop. But it's just that it's sad because the color of your skin should not define the person who you are. Because if that's the case, we living in the sad. We came too far, Stacey, too far
to go back.
To go way back. I know Martin Luther King was alive. He'd probably be rolling over. He'd be like, really? This is some BS. I did all this just so everybody around the world, no matter what color you are, to be on an equal plane. And this is what y'all gonna do? Dang, I could have stayed alive for this and not even done none of this. If this was gonna go backwards, we're gonna go backwards instead of forwards. But people don't think like that. And it starts with all of us. The church got to stop acting crazy and start doing what church is supposed to do. Uplift, don't matter what color you are. Stop putting people down. Stop pushing people away. Our president needs to shut his mouth and stop saying the ridiculous stuff. And stop being a racist on national TV. Because I don't care what anybody say. If Barack Obama pulled half of this during his presidency, when I tell you, he'd be the worst president in America. But now our president is the best president. He makes the country great again. BS. Because first of all, I don't know why people voted for him. But that's another topic. I just think it's just crazy, Stacey. You got something to say?
When was America great?
Before his ass was there. Excuse my language. Before he was there. Yeah, before he was there. But that's another. And the thing about it is, he could possibly be a great president, but he does too much. He does too much. And the stuff that he's doing, you can tell is for popularity. For everybody to say, yeah. See, all these white supremacists, they're big up in him. They are big up in him, and they making him feel Superman, big ass on his chest. When in reality, he just doing it for basic likes and shares and stuff, because he's a TV. He's made for TV. And it's sad that a lot of us didn't even go out and really vote because we didn't like his opponent. They might not like his opponent, but we're dealing with him, so you can't really say anything because you didn't go out and vote. So it's like we complaining for what? Just are y'all complaining for likes and shares too? What do you think, Stacey? I mean, I don't know. What do you think?
We need to get together as a whole group of people. We need to stop tearing people down. We need to stop doing this. We need to stop all these shootings. We need to stop because it's just not right.
It's not.
It's terrible. It's so terrible. Like, we should not be able to live in fear every day. Wondering, oh, am I going to school today? I'm going to die. Or I'm going to the hospital. Am I going to die? Am I going to do this? We should be able to not do that. We need to come together and say this needs to stop. It really does.
It does. It's sad. A lot of innocent people are dying for what? For what? But also, I do want to say this. We walk past a lot of people every day. And sometimes you walk around that person and they might look a little strange. And you might not want to say nothing to them or brush them off and stuff. Sometimes it's okay to say, hey, how you doing? Speak to them and stuff. Because you never know what's going on in somebody's mind, okay? I was always, even when I was younger, if I see somebody over there looking crazy, I was the person that went over there, hey, girl, how you doing? Hey, guy, how you doing? And started talking to them and make a friend out of them. Because you never know what somebody's going through. And then when they going through it, they see stuff on the internet. Well, back then on the internet, it was reading papers and just walking around and seeing stuff and just lose your mind. Well, the internet came a long way. So a lot of people see stuff on the internet, and a lot of people getting bullied. A lot of people see a lot of this racist stuff, and they cling to it because basically it's a new clique for them. It's a new way of life for them because they're not accepting this way. They accept it this way, so why not? Why not? Why not? And then they start killing everybody. When all it took was just, hey, how you doing? My name is, well, just start talking to them. Make them feel welcome. So, and it happens a lot. What you think, Stacey?
if you see somebody like that, you should take 1 minute out your day, ask them are they okay. Do they need something? Ask them, because you don't know, that person could end up doing something bad, and you realize like, oh, I could have walked over there and said, are you okay? Instead of sitting there talking about the person like, oh, he looks weird, he looks very scary. I could have went over there and said, bro, are you okay? Do you need some help? Do you need somebody?
You don't have to say it like that. You can just be like, hey, how you doing? Did you see that show and stuff? They probably look at you like crazy, like, well, let me tell you about that show. Trust me, go see that show. And the next day, a couple days later, did you go see that show? I'm trying to matter of fact, I got my, well, nowadays you can do it this way. I got my towel. You want to watch it with me? You see what I'm saying? You just never know. Some people just need that hug. But what I really want to say is, it doesn't wash off. Your skin does not wash off, okay? So you cannot sit there and pretend that you're one way and then when stuff hits the fan, you're another. Because that whole thing with A$AP Rocky was just, wow, really? 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 You don't have no black people problems until you have black people problems. It doesn't make any sense. But to him it does, because he doesn't care. Go ahead, you got something to say? Go ahead.
I feel as though we pulled the race card when we need it.
Yes. Yes, we pull it when we need it. Yes, we pull it when we need it. Even when we don't, yes. Yes. And that's sad. But he didn't want to pull it before when he had something to say. Just like when Lil Wayne had the Black Lives Matter going on. Okay. My whole thing is, if you growing up and you had to deal with a lot of issues that black people had to go through and stuff, okay, you should know firsthand how to feel, even if you're a millionaire. Or if you're born into being rich, try, but not famous, but just rich, and you go to another neighborhood, I guarantee they won't even know you're rich. You still get pulled over, searched, the whole nine. Because you're black and you could be driving the nicest car in the world. And you're still going to get pulled over because they're going to wonder why is that minority driving that type of car. They selling drugs. They're polluting our system. It's time to go search them. So before you sit there and say, I don't have this type of problems. You do. You have these problems. You have these problems. And as long as we sit at home and just smack our gums and talk about the president, when we can go out there and go vote, don't say nothing. Do not say nothing, because you just, all you do is be in a chatterbox for what? You saying a bunch of nothing. If you feel that strongly, your vote do matters. It does. It does. It does. Because just like majority of the black people went out, the majority of black people went out and voted for Barack Obama, same thing happened for him. A lot of Hispanics voted for Trump. A lot of white people voted, hell, even black people voted for Trump. And I was thinking in my mind like, wow. Now you get pulled over, you're going to get treated the same way you had $1.50, the same way you had $10 million, you're still going to be treated the same doggone way. But hey, people don't think like that. They don't think like that. But Stacey, you got anything to say? Because this is mind-blowing.
We can make a change in the world, but instead I feel as though people add fuel to the fire instead of putting the fire out.
Well, Stacey, it was nice talking to you on this topic. It doesn't wash off. You got anything you got to say before we wrap this up?
Please, people, try to help and try to make a change in this world, because if we don't, this world's going to go downhill.
Yes. Leave your comments, your likes, spread the word, stop by, see a friend, check up on them, let them know you love them. As always, we care for the hair and the culture, and this is one of the topics we talk about, the culture. Y'all have a blessed and wonderful day, and don't forget to leave them comments. As always, we care for the hair and the culture. Bye, Stacey.
See you later, guys.
I know that's right.